Friends, it is such a joy to be with you here today. The weather is nice. I think maybe last time we were at this park, we could see our breath. It was October.
Frosty.
Frosty. We were very brave. It was that snoga, that cold yoga having its moment in the sun. So if you've practiced yoga outdoors before, you know, but if you haven't, you'll find this earth is perfect and there are discrepancies in the level under your mat. So as you practice, feel very free to move around, to adjust, to shift the angle of your mat. When we move to balance, I'll usually recommend to kind of take a moment to shop around, find a good spot for each standing leg, take the time. So there's a little bit of a differential between our experience on a solid level floor and this earth, but both to be appreciated. So simply find your way to negotiate your space. We'll come nice and tall, seated position, whatever suits you now that allows you to maintain neutrality in the hips and spine. And then today we'll turn the palms, if it's comfortable and sustainable, turn the palms to face the sky. This gesture is both a gesture of openness, receptivity, and a gesture of release. Our hands are open, we are not gripping. So as we bring the body into position and lift the crown tall, I welcome you to your time here on the mat, moving through this flow of yoga. Noticing what you need, begin to scan the body. And if I've not introduced myself, apologies. My name is Elizabeth Moses. Elizabeth Moses, and we're at Lindley today, the Ballfield. So it's a joy to be here outdoors, palms to the sky, lifting the crown. And then begin to let your eyes soften and close, or mostly close. Eyes softening to close or mostly close. And as we release the shoulders down, we hear and acknowledge all the sounds around us, those of the birds, small voices, people making their way through the world around. We hear and acknowledge this and exist here in this moment on the mat. We do not ignore these externals, we simply let them be. Release them and bring your own focus to your breath now. Feeling the fullness of inhale, complete exhalation. We become more keenly aware of the breath each time it cycles. Today we'll begin with a 3-part yogic breath, simple and maybe familiar. As you inhale, fill the lowest part of your lungs, abdomen, then into the ribs, middle of the lungs, and then breath waves full up to the collarbones, filling into the chest. And as we exhale, we breathe out from the top down. So we first relax in at the chest, and then the ribs, and the navel last draws in toward the spine. Continue to familiarize the body to this breath now for a few rounds, inhaling low to high, exhaling top down, the breath waves out, inhaling, filling abdomen, ribs, chest. We exhale, chest, ribs, abdomen. And after we begin to settle into that pattern of breath, think too of smoothing the breath out. So there are no pauses, no distinction from one zone of the breath to the other. We inhale fluidly, low to high, exhale fluidly, high to low exhalation. As you breathe this way, again, welcome the shoulders to relax toward the earth in comfort. Use your next inhalation to again lengthen the spine, crown elevating toward the sky. Each time you exhale, edges of the body, knees, arms, release toward the earth. And then we begin to add a 1-beat pause after each breath part, so that we take that smooth 3-part inhale, pause at the top, Exhaling down to the bottom of the breath, that same size, small pause. And continue to cycle the breath just this way. Breathing in full, pause. Breathing out completely, pause. And in the next 2 cycles or so, start to journey through the body. Take the mind through the muscles, the joints, your energy, and recognize what you most need today. Anything you need to set aside, notice. And though we are thoughtful as we breathe through practice, after your next exhale, begin to let the breath go free. Let your breath go free, breathing fully and naturally. Recognizing your needs, we begin to move into the practice of asana, the physical work. Today, simply release the hands beside the hips. And we step the hands just a little bit away. So thumb is pointing toward the thighs, long finger pointing back away from the body, about a 45-degree angle. Here, start to press into your sit bones, into your seat. Begin to lift the heart. Look up. Neck is long, more than extended, so more lift than arch. But we can begin to continue that lift if it calls to you, that movement toward arch. You could continue that. Just go slowly, starting with a lift of the heart, welcoming the head to draw back. Lifting the chest, breathe all the way to the base of the lungs and then fill to the top. So we might feel some of that breath even within the shoulders, the biceps, the chest. And then neutralize the neck, looking forward. Eyes could be opened or closed. Step the hands a little closer, maybe so that those long fingers line up with the head of the shoulders. And then same action, start to lift the heart, rolling the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest, looking up. Breath is complete. Sternum to the sky. One more inhale. Exhaling all the way. We inhale, lift the crown. Begin to roll some weight forward on the hips. Start to sweep the hands up, holding up the sky. We then reach hands forward. Legs can stay crossed, or you might stack one in front of the other instead as we ground the hands. And begin to lean forward, coming to maybe tilt with support from the hands, or reach or slide the hands forward, drawing down. There's the option to bring forearms or elbows to the earth. Sometimes I like to take the elbows at a bend and support the forehead. So there are different options. You're welcome to explore what serves you today in this practice. Full breath here. Continue to gently invite your sit bones down as we draw the spine forward. Head releasing forward. Breathe here. And then if you've taken hands up to support the head, extend them now, and we walk hands over a little or a lot to the right and reach long through the left arm. Press your left hand down into the earth. Breathe and start to turn the eyes toward the right as if to look at the space just beneath your right bicep or beyond that point. Gently draw the left shoulder down. Breathe into that whole left side. Another full inhale. Full breath out. Return the neck to neutral. Slowly walk the hands through center. And over to your right, reach long. Over to your left, reach long through that right arm. Press that right hand down. Look beneath the left bicep or over behind that space. Gently moving the neck. And then we can slightly feel a press down through the right shoulder as we ground the right hand. Breathe into the whole right side body. One more breath in and out. Come through center, and then we approach all fours. So you could do this rolling over the legs or take the legs around, entirely your choice. We'll meet tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders today, knees under hips. Take a few gentle circles, moving shoulders over wrists, knees over hips. So if knees are narrow, check that, widen them out so they fall beneath your hip joints. Yeah. And take your circles the other direction. And as we come toward the end of this last side, really begin to engage the abdomen, drawing the navel toward the spine. We'll take an inhalation, start within the hips, and begin to lift the hips toward the sky. Arc forward as the navel falls toward the earth. Cow pose. Cow pose. Exhaling, again the action starts within the hips. Begin to draw the tailbone, the sit bone down. Navel lifts toward the sky. Let the head go, pressing into strong arm. Take another few rounds here, your pace. Inhaling, we lift the sit bones, navel falls, lift the heart and the crown. And exhaling, tailbone draws down. In the next few rounds, pay attention to the way that your arms could or do already spin. So as we come into our cow pose, we find a little external rotation or soft side of the elbow forward. And then for our cow pose, we find that little inward spin, outer elbow points more toward the front. So begin to incorporate a little bit of that action, rotation through the shoulders as you flow these next few rounds. And then within that next cat pose, when you next come into the cat pose, navel lifting, draw your hips back just a little bit beyond the knees, lift the heart a little bit more, navel a little bit more, and then shift forward all fours. Here we turn toes under, breath out, begin to draw the hips back, pause and plug the hands down into the earth, begin to elevate the knees, the hips, coming with bent knees into down dog, let the head go, and then press the right heel down. Slowly lift it, bending knee, press the left heel down. Taking slow, intentional pedaling, we lift and lower the heels here. Let the head be heavy, give a little shake, no, and then yes, shake the head, no again, releasing any effort, any tension within the neck. And then inhale, both heels high, coming heels over the toes. Lift the hips, heart toward the toes. Exhale, heels toward the earth. Take a full breath here, hips drawing back, downward facing. And then we slowly begin to walk the feet forward, come halfway to stand. Lengthen here. And exhaling, bend the knees, come to lunar fold. So this is palms up. Once again, palms spun up to the side. Head is releasing. I like to think of this like a standing child's pose. Just enough support to release the body. Breathe here in and out. One more breath. Head is still released in. Breath out. Press through the feet. We rise all the way up. Begin to lift. Extend. Feet can land stay where they've landed rather. So if they're about in line with the hips or a little narrower, keep them there. Take the hands to part, shoulder distance. Press into your left foot. Begin to shorten the right side waist. Look up and we reach over. Hips sent to the left. Hands reach to the right. Think of pulling. So I mirror. So if you do traditional exercising classes, you can just follow me like a mirror. Yes. You're going to move that whole left quadrant of the chest back. Left bicep back. Think of slightly energizing that left hip point forward as you draw the chest back. Take a breath in, lift up, pressing into both feet evenly. Release the arms all the way down. Take a few simple rolls for the shoulders, feeling every inch of movement within the shoulders, feeling the breath flow. And then we'll inhale, slowly sweep the arms up again, press into both feet, especially press that right foot into the earth. Begin to shorten that left side waist. Reach the arms over about shoulder distance. They'll welcome some more space if that gives you access to more of that openness in the shoulders. Pull right bicep, right quadrant of the chest rolls back. Imagine that right hip point gently drawing forward. Breathe. And remember, we're stamping that right foot into the earth a little bit more as you reach through that top arm. Inhaling, we'll lift, come up. Exhale, draw hands down to namaskar in front of heart. Heel toe, step your feet for your malasana, low squat. A breath in at the top. Hips draw together. Exhale, start to lower about halfway in. Pause here and lift all 10 toes. We're doing this to distribute the weight both sides of both feet. And then lower the hips all the way down. Toes can wave back down to the earth. Here, begin to set your elbows up on the knees. With this, use a little downward energy through the arms. Lengthen your spine. So drawing the crown away from the tailbone. Breathe here. hands and arms can stay here, or hands pressed together earnestly, and you could bring the elbows inside of your knees, gently supporting the legs, or using that drawing of the thumbs toward heart to welcome the knees a little wider. Keep that lift. So remember that action of lengthening crown away from hips. Lift the heart, breathe, lift all 10 toes once again. Sometimes we think of it and they don't move. That's okay too. Take a breath, toes wave down. And then we'll press through the feet, rising up slowly across the count of 7. Stay with your breath. Inhaling. We lift. 2, 3, all sides of the legs working evenly. 5, 6, 7, all the way up. We lengthen. Exhaling. Release the arms down. Bring the hands all the way to the low back. Hands spread in the small of the back. Toes turn forward, but feet stay wide. Soften your knees. Begin to lift the heart, lift the hip points, lift the eyes. And think of the elbows, the upper arms drawn down away from the neck toward the earth and together across the space behind you. Breath is complete. Lifting the whole front body. A little softness in the knees, particularly if you find your tailbone is often left behind in these arches. Another breath. And then level the chin with the earth, bending the knees more, press the hips into the hands. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. Bring the feet a little closer, just half an effort. Exhale, soften knees, elbows toward the earth. We come to fold. Head heavy, elbows heavy, a little sway. Sway as it pulls to you slowly. Breath for breath, we might move side to side. Slowly come to stillness. Take an inhale. Lift to half stand today. Hands palm to palm in front of your heart. Press the palms together and allow this to give you more access to space across the chest. So often when we go hand to the legs, shoulders can come in. Shoulders are a little broadened with hands pressing together. Take a breath in. And with exhalation, we'll go hands down to the earth. Little steps. Feet move back toward a plank position. Hold the earth away. Now we can do plank, both knees down or one knee down, alternating knees. We press hands into the earth and keep lifting the thighs, lifting the abdomen and the chest away from the earth. Take another breath here. Keep that strength through the whole body. Thighs are lifting. Bend just the knees so there's no change in the hips. Eyes come more forward, navel points more forward. Take a breath. And then exhaling, elbows bend. They point back near the body. They stay near the body. We lower the chin, the chest. And then the hips down. Point the toes back, long through the neck. Inhale, begin to lift your heart. Press the top of the feet actively down into the earth. And hands can stay or hover the hands under the shoulders, coming for that cobra. Hands hovering off of the earth. Take another breath here, pressing the feet down. Inhale. Option to reach the arms out, palms a little forward. Take a breath. I've got an interesting insect here. I'm trying to decide if we're friends or not. I think we're fine. I think we're all right. It's got yellow and black, so I was concerned. Hands come under the shoulders. Elbows in line with wrists. Press into the spread hands. Hasta Bandha, wise connection, hand in the earth. And then we'll begin to lift the hips. Come up, shift back to child's pose, Balasana. 3 full breaths here in child's pose. 3 full breaths. Welcome the head to either rest on your mat or rest on stacked forearms. Breathe here. Invite the sit bones down toward the soles of the feet. Breathe into all parts of the trunk of the body. So torso, abdomen, 360-degree breath in all directions. Breathe here. And if we've softened the arms, go ahead now. Extend the arms out long and begin to plug the hands again down into the mat. Plug your shoulder blades into the body. Keep that going. Take another breath. Inhaling, slowly lift the chest about 2 inches. We'll slide the left arm onto the chest over toward the side. And we can take the right fist under the left side of the head. So we're going for a mild thread the needle variation. So we're changing the physics, drawing a little bit of the weight toward the hips and away from the shoulders. Breathe here. Allow that breath to wave even up toward left shoulder. Take another full breath in. Let it go all the way. Extend the right arm out. Inhale, come through center, reach the left arm out into position. And then we'll take that right hand to thread under the shoulders. You can set the right side of the head down or bring that left hand to support. Breathe here. And if the hand is not enough, we can always grab other material, blankets, pillows, etc. to prop up as you need. Come back to that 3-part breath, waving the breath through the lowest part of the lungs all the way up. See if you might release the head heavy here. And one more full breath in, full breath out. Slowly begin to release, come back. All fours, turning the toes under. We start to lift the hips, draw the hips up. Downward dog, taking a few slow pedals, lifting heels, lowering once again. Think of this as an opportunity to really draw the hips back. So each inhalation, we lift hips away from wrists. And with each exhalation, right now we're using one at a time, but each of those exhales, heels press down toward the earth. And then slowly here, begin to walk the feet forward. We're lowering to our seat. So if it's part of your practice to hop to your seat, you could go for that. Otherwise, we'll simply meet seated. Extend the legs out for Dandasana. Toes to the sky, little gentle, wakeful spanning of the toes. Bend your knees so at least a fist could fit beneath your bent knees. Adjust the close, the muscles of the thighs and the seat. We breathe in, reach the arms up. Press into the hips, lengthen. And then as you reach through the fingers, begin to soften the shoulders, soften the base of the neck. It's as if we're just letting this arm bone just drop down toward the earth a bit more. And then rooting through the hips and heels. Inhale, look up, lift the heart, wave the fingers back slightly. Exhale. We begin to draw forward. This time hands come either side of the legs, hands come to the mat. So plant the hands here. And with the hands planting, begin to pull the mat towards you, lift the heart, so we lengthen the spine with this action. And then exhale, begin to wave the body down over the legs. And you can decide if you need more or less bend in the knees. You might also move the muscles, again, of the glutes and the thighs, drawing over the legs. And imagine your heart moving toward the shins, toward the ankles, crown of the head drawing toward the space over your toes. There is no rush, time, breath, bringing us closer to our perfect point in the practice. Breathe here, lengthening the whole spine and activating the abdominal muscles. See if your quadriceps, your hip flexors now are engaged as we are intentionally folding toward the legs. Take another full breath in, full breath out. Inhaling slowly, begin to lift. Widen the heels about hip joint distance. Begin to bend your knees, stepping hands back, fingers forward. Fingers forward. That's not the happy noises. No. Fingers forward. We've decided happy noise is great. All right, it's self-sorted. Beautiful. There we go. Hands pressing into the earth. Feet rooting. We inhale. Start to lift the heart choices. Hips can stay down. Some of us will benefit from that. Lifting heart. Other option, pressing feet into the earth. Knees in line with ankles and hips. We might draw up to that up-facing table. Chin may stay for some of us nearest to the collarbone. You might look right up. Or option to start to look back toward the eyebrows as you lift the heart. Breathe here. Use the back of the body. Engage the glutes. Lifting hips toward the sky. Yeah, that's it. Take a breath in. Full breath out. Draw the chin toward the chest slightly as you start to lower the hips. Inhaling, we'll extend the left leg out. Right leg stays folded in. Find the hands together, interlaced fingers, hands to the shin. Inhale, start to lift the heart, look up slightly. Root down through that left leg, toes drawing back toward the body slightly. Press into the right foot, lift the heart. We'll take mild twist. So inhale, reach the right arm up. Now strong through this right leg, we exhale, bring the elbow just inside of the knee. Knee is sent into the arm, arm into the knee. Breathe in, reach the left arm up. Open the chest, keep reaching the arm out in line with your shoulder, so off of the earth at first. A lot of effort in this pose. Keep the heart lifting, and then slowly land those left fingers on the earth behind. Press down through the seat, extend the crown. Continue to hug that right knee in. Right elbow pressing into the knee. So only you know how much effort is happening there, so find your right amount. Full breath in, lengthen once more. Breathe all the way out. Inhaling, come through center. We guide that right knee out to the side. Sole of the foot to the inner left leg. We're going Shavasana. This is asymmetrical, so let's do it this way today. Reach up, palms together, heart toward the leg. Foot is still flexed. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Hands come to the outside of that leg. Yes, to the outside of the leg. Breathe here, looking maybe toward the earth on the left side of that left leg. Breathe. Inhaling, length. Exhaling, space in the body, space that we do not rush to fill. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling, slowly lift. Take the hands to the thigh. We begin to bend that left knee. Skim the heel in, lift the heart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Soften your jaw. We press into the sit points. And then begin to extend that left leg. Hands can stay here, or think of folding the leg in towards you. You might slide the hands elsewhere on the leg. Lift the heart. And then imagine you could bring those toes toward the space right over your head. Imagining is powerful. We're careful not to be literalists, right? So we're hugging that leg in, lifting the heart. Full breath. Now think of it. This is essentially the same pose we just did facing the earth. We had the advantage of the weight of our upper body. Now we do not. What muscles do we need? Take a breath. We'll explore here what happens so you can envision it first when we let go of the leg. Does it stay? Does gravity get the better of us? Could be a little bit of both. Slowly release the leg down. Yeah, release it down. Extend out. Gravity is real. When I do this one, I always think of that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where the sink starts, the ship starts to come into port and he starts to go down and down. Johnny Depp just skips off in time. That's us, just in time. So bend the knees once more. Take a little roll for the wrists before we go further. So knees, we're challenging the hips. So knees stay in line with the hips. Hands come gently beside you, fingers pointing back. Give your own amount of weight here. As we add a little bit of stretch to the back of the wrists, don't stay too long and don't press hard. Just exploring that oppositional stretch. Usually we're palms down. And then relax that. Let's go fingers forward is ideal, fingers back is okay. Spread the hands, press in, inhale. We'll go again into that up facing table, and again hips can be down. We can work with the chest and shoulders. Press into the feet, lift the hips, option to look up. As you lift your heart, press into the feet, lift the hips, exhale. Slowly we'll release the legs, or release the hips rather down. Press the fingers, and we'll extend that right leg out. Take interlaced fingers to the left shin, draw the foot in. Press into the foot, lift the heart, each breath in, we're elongating spine. So right foot is active here, toes drawn back. We inhale, then start to sweep that left arm up, connect the elbow to the knee, creating that competition, both move toward one another. Then inhale, start to reach that right arm out and open, level with the shoulder. Think of drawing your heart forward and up. And then follow that right hand with the heart. Breathe, check on that left side. Arm and leg working together, then slowly bring the fingers down. Continue to lift and lengthen each breath in. Notice the right toes gently spread and drawing back, rooting through that long leg. Left knee squeezing in. We look back.
What are you doing?
Take another full inhale, lengthening. Full breath out. Inhaling, we unwind. Guiding the knee down, sole of the foot to the inner right leg. Keep that gentle activity in the foot. We breathe in and extend. Bring the palms together. Heart turns toward right leg. We lift the heart. Lengthen slowly. Dive forward. Outer side of that left hand coming to the outside of the right leg. Breathe in here. Maybe looking just to the earth beside the right leg. Welcome the left hip to soften. You could press the outer edge of that left foot into the earth slightly and invite the knee down more. See what it is you need here. Breath full. Top of the head drawing toward the toes. it go, exhaling. Inhale, we'll rise, come up. Extend both legs out, reach the hands toward the sky. Softly bend the knees, Dandasana staff pose, hands come just behind the hips today. Lift the heart, lift the top of the head. Think of the back of the arms lengthening down as if to pursue connection, heels of the hands in the earth. We're all a little different in our skeletal system. For some of us, that'll say, oh yeah, I've been there my whole life. And some of us will never get there, that's okay. Just don't have the arm length for it. It's not the most important thing. It is the journey. Take a breath in, a full breath out. One more. Inhale, then reach the arms forward, palms level with the earth. Keep driving your heels down, hips down, knees, caps, and toes to the sky. And then start to turn the palms to face one another. Imagine you were squeezing the hands in on a yoga block. And imagine you had a wall right behind you. Pull the upper arm bones into the shoulder blades here. Shoulder blades flush against our imaginary wall. So we're squeezing in, activating back, heels driving down, lifting tall. Take another 3 breaths right here, whole body effort. And then, this is where we'll hope the natural ground beneath us supports this. We're skimming the heels in, lifting the heart, coming to Navasana. Heels can stay down, maybe go light, bent knees, or extend. Lift the chest, full breath here. Keep squeezing the hands in, pulling the upper arms back into the shoulder blades. Breath is full, keep the jaw soft, forehead soft. Breath in, breath out. It's like that gravity, we're sinking, we're sinking. That's okay, we'll come meet all fours. Legs curled under, or legs coming around. All fours position, turn the toes under, exhaling down facing dog. This time, start to bend the knees, press the hands forward in your mat. We're keeping the feet where they are and moving the hands toward the feet. So begin to draw the hips over the heels. Take a breath. Heel toe, step the feet a little bit wider. So feet widen a little bit away. Inhale, extend the arms out like a T. A little micro bend in the knees to create a little micro bend in your knees. Hips draw back, crown of the head forward. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we begin to twist. Heart opens to the left, right hand coming down, maybe reaching for the earth, connecting to the earth, or crossing over to grasp the left ankle. Left arm reaching up. Stay with this twist, and the knee we're turning away from can soften a little bit if you need. And then we can turn the palm of that left hand away, bring the hand to the low back, or hand could come around and take hold of the upper right thigh. Begin to draw that left shoulder away from the ear. Full breath. One more inhalation, lengthening tail to crown. Exhale. All the way. And slowly, with a little softness in both knees, return through center. Extend the arms out. Lengthen. Exhale. We open the heart toward the right. Left fingers coming maybe beneath the face. Connecting or hovering, maybe catching the right ankle, heart opening, whole spine drawing long. Breathe here, lengthen the neck especially. Bandha, so deep inner core muscles engaging, supporting. And stay here or turn the back of the right hand away, bring it to the low back, or take hold of the upper left thigh. Remember that left knee can bend a little or a lot. Breathing here. One more full inhale, full breath out, and inhale, slowly come through center, extend the arms out long, breath in, letting the hips settle, bring the hands to the thighs, soften both knees, begin to lift, and you might choose to stay where you are, or you might turn on your mat wider. I cheat, I have a lot of non-grass space. In any event, we're going to widen, coming into Utthita Konasana, that high, wide victory squat. So yeah, you might like to turn to your mat's long edge. If you're at home, either way. So for the most part, we're looking for knees to align with ankles, sending the knees back. Today, bring hands in front of the heart first. Think of those low ribs knitting together, drawing together, hip points draw together, even as we send the knees back and out. And then, from here, we're going to take the palms forward and bring, maybe it's just the pinkies or some part of the back of the hands to connect to the thighs. Root down through all four corners of both feet. Send the knees back, whole spine long. Shoulders gently rolling back. Just the corners of the shoulders, yeah. And then again, those ribs knit together, bandha is strong. Breathe. Inhaling, lift your right heel, a little or a lot. Let it go. Inhale, lift your left heel, a little or a lot. Go ahead, release down. Inhale, take the arms up like cactus arms. Take another 2 breaths right here. And then extend the legs, extend the arms, 5-point star. Lift the heart, take a breath. And then we'll continue on in this pose, lowering back down, finding those good markers for the legs. Maybe use the hands if that was helpful. And then return the bend in the elbows. So remember, it's a matter of depth, degrees, and what's useful for you. Inhale, lift the right heel. And we shorten the right side waist as if to bring that right elbow toward the knee or thigh. Take neck tilt. Inhale, slowly lift. Heel down. Inhale, lift the other side. Lift that left heel. Shorten the left side waist, elbow toward leg, breathing the whole while. Let the breath be the center of your experience. And then inhale, we'll lift. Release the heel down. Inhale, extend all the limbs. Exhaling, release the hands, slowly reorient the feet, pivoting on the heels so that we neutralize the hips. Take just a little shifting side to side, welcoming that joint fluid to move all throughout the hip. Otherwise, it concentrates just where it was compressed. And then from here, hands can come choices. To your low back, they can come to the hips, or you might bind hands together behind the back. Now, if you go bound behind the back, no big rule that you need to extend the elbows, but we could try it. So for this, check that your feet now are, for most bodies, outer edges of the feet parallel. Lift the kneecaps up so the quadricep activates. And then with our inhalation, let's go hands to the sacrum, bend to elbows all together, yeah. Elbows draw together, away from the neck. Lift your heart, look up, breath in. Exhaling, we come halfway to fold. Halfway over, keep the shoulder blades and the elbows squeezing together across the back. Lengthen crown away from the tailbone. And then inhale, start to lengthen your arms, your amount. Reaching the hands away from the shoulders, away from the ears. Lift the kneecaps up toward the hips. Exhale, head continues down toward the mat. Press into the balls of the feet. A little lighter through the heels. And then reground the heels, pressing the heels down. Use the deep core muscles, drawing the body between the legs. Breathe here, finding your amount of openness in the shoulders, what is useful today. Slowly look toward your left big toe, open the heart a little bit, pointing heart toward the low limb on that left side. And then come through center, release the head. Look over to the right, open the heart a little bit toward that right side, arms moving over to the left. Come through center. Hands return to sacrum, lift the head in line with heart. Pause here, and then slowly step the hands to the thighs. Press the hands into the thighs, draw the elbows back, soften the knees slightly, press into the feet, inhale. Breathing out, more than you're breathing in, we rise. Take a full inhale, longer, fuller exhale. And then slowly, and we can simply step the feet together, turn to the front again. Come front of the mat, empty space behind Samastharahi, equal standing pose. Heels beneath the hip joints, eyes to the front. Hip points draw together, bandhas engaging. So let's go today, palms to the front. And neutralize the shoulders here, reach through the fingers, lifting the center of the body. Eyes straight forward, take a full inhale. Breathe it out all the way. Inhaling, we reach to salute. Pressing into the feet, grounding from navel to the mat. We then extend, reaching from hips to fingertips. Finding that steadiness in the connecting point between that top half that reaches, that low half that grounds. Bandhas are switched on. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, energy centers and muscle support. Eyes lift, press into the feet. Take an inhale. Exhaling, soften the knees. That's important for low back freedom. Open the heart. Soften the knees. We fold. Press into all four corners of your feet and then rock a little weight forward into the balls of the feet as if you could slip a piece of paper underneath of your heels. Let the head go heavy. Elevate your hips and then press the heels back into the earth. Then with our next inhale, we'll lift halfway standing. Draw the body about parallel with the earth today, hands in front of the heart again, elbows out wide. Take a breath here, lift the back of the heart, lift the back of the skull so we're level with the earth. Exhaling, hands down, feet move back, little steps, big steps, or a light float. Feet back to your plank position. Hold the earth away, lift the thighs, hip points draw together, sit bones draw together, right to left, left to right. Hold the earth away. Full inhale. Full breath out. Slowly we start to lower down. This could be knees, chest, chin again, or chaturanga. Lowering down, breathe in. Lift the heart, maybe hips down cobra, or maybe hips up, upward facing dog. In any event, we lift the chest, lift the ears to the shoulders. If you go for that upward dog variation where knees are down, engage your gluteal muscles, support the back. If you hover your knees, hips are heavy, thighs, center body and arms strong, neck is long, take a breath. We make our way back, downward facing dog, turn the toes over, or if you traditionally roll over, that's okay too. Use your strong core, shift back. Heart toward the toes, hips to the sky. Allow the shoulder blades to plug into the body right where they connect the arms and the torso. Full breath in, let the inner thighs lift up to the sky. Soften your knees just a bit and focus on that spaciousness. Wrists, elbows, shoulders, spine. Lifting hips with each inhale, rooting the heels down each breath out. One more inhale, one more exhale. Soften the knees, look to the front, feet toward hands, half stand. We'll lengthen here. Feet coming into that nice samasthiti distance, heels under the hips. Heart is open. Opposite energy. Crown forward, tailbone draws back. Exhale, soften to fold. Let the head go, the shoulders go. Full breath in. Full exhalation. Gather, inhale. Exhale, reach your eyes. Breathing in once, head is above the heart. We'll reach, lift, salute. Take your mind through all the back line muscles. Make sure hamstrings, seat, low back, upper back are all working, bringing us into this upright position. Look up. Eyes lifting. We'll go again a little quicker this time. Exhale, soften easily with chest, refold. Breathing in, draw halfway to lift, half stand. Exhale, hands down, feet back, come to your plank. Breathe in at the top, lowering chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. We flow through your low plank choice and inhale into your back bend. Keep it even through the whole spine. So if you feel any points of compression, better to stage it back, maybe go for that knees, chest, chin, and cobra. So feel even through the spine. Toes under, strong through center, begin to lift. Moving back through tabletop to all fours or straight away. Shift back, look between the heels or maybe between the knees, wherever it's most spacious for your neck. Press the hands into the earth, hips draw back, take a breath. Soften the knees, look forward, feet to hands, half stand. Lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Breath in. Exhale, press the feet. We'll rise. Inhaling as we lift head above heart. Full inhale. Exhale, pull hands down to Namaskar in front of the heart. Step the feet closer together. Exhaling, begin to sink the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up, coming into the fullness of a chair pose. Outer edges of the feet rooting down. Knees energized together. Does not mean they have to touch, but they may. Look up between the hands. Lift the heart. Again, we're knitting those ribs together. Think of keeping neutral space from hip points to low ribs. Take an exhale, look down, sink a little bit lower. Coming to chair, breath moving, even if it seems like we're staying in a pose. There is movement, there is flow. Hands come together in front of the heart, take a breath. Start to open your heart gently to the left. Extend the arms out from the shoulders, spreading the arms like wings. Take a breath. Turn the hands through center. Lengthen. And we'll open the heart toward the right. Option to open those arms out like wings. Out from the shoulders, come through center. Sink a little bit lower, extend the arms out, palms face down. Stay here or lift the heels. And then, we won't be cruel or long, when put the heels down, begin to lift. That felt like enough. Reach up. Heel toe, step the feet under the shoulder joints. Reach the fingers back, lifting the heart. Press into the feet, lift the whole ribs, long low back. And then exhaling, come to forward fold, soften the knees. Heels can stay or you can move them in slightly. Give the head a little shake, full breath in, full breath out. Inhaling, lift halfway, hands from the feet. Keep your right foot forward, soften that right knee, and step the left heel behind the right. We'll first inhale, cartwheel that left arm up and back, right arm forward. And we're moving into lateral ankle pose. So the back ankle is really individual. You could think of it as 90 or slightly turned in. Heel could be the farthest thing from you. See, the front knee is over the ankle. Take a breath. First, we'll move into a really short, peaceful warrior. Inhale, reach the right hand up, hips run toward the earth. And then slowly shorten that right side waist. We'll bring the right elbow, light connection to the thigh. Reach that left arm up. First up to the sky, open the heart. Imagine the back of the hand moving. If we were resting that right leg against a wall, the back against a wall, imagine your left hand now moving through the wall, opening the heart to the sky. And then slowly sweep that left arm back, over the left leg, and out in front of the heart, palm down. Utthita, extending, reach that hand past the right toes. Again, lift the heart. Breathe and reach through that pinky finger. Arm is long. Press into both feet. Another full inhale. Full breath out. And then press into the feet. Slowly cartwheel that left hand back. Right arm forward. Inhale. Exhaling. Hands come down. Right then left. Back heel lifting. Press into the hands. Step the right foot back to plank. Lower both knees down. Shift the hips back. 3 breaths, child's pose. Knees can be together or wide. 3 full breaths. The slower you breathe, the longer we get to stay. 1 more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling, we lift all 4s. Knees in line with hips, toes under. Exhaling, wave the hips up. Begin to step the feet forward. Halfway to stand. Hands spring the feet, soften both knees. Left foot forward, step your right foot back now, aligning heels. First, pressing into the feet. We draw on that strong connection through the low body in the center. Reach that right arm back. Left arm forward. Check the knee, positioned over the ankle. Back foot connected. We feel even around that back ankle. So there's no pinch points. That's where your foot should be placed. Inhaling that brief, peaceful warrior. Right hand to the leg behind. Left arm sweeping up. Take a breath into the side ribs. Exhaling, shorten that left side waist. Elbow comes to the thigh. Reaching the right arm up. First over the shoulder. Breath here. Neck is long. Find that strength through the right thigh. So right thigh squeezing in. We're almost sending that thigh bone back. And then we can open the heart to the sky as if that right arm could move through the imaginary wall behind us. And then reach it back toward right heel. In front of the heart, palm to the earth, sweeping into that Utthita extension, reaching those right fingers past the left toes. Again, heart lifting, eyes could lift up over the bicep. Breathe here. Full breath in, full breath out. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, sweep that right arm back. Left arm forward, inhale. Exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down, framing that front foot back, heel lifting in your right moment. Step back to plank. We simply draw the hips up, down facing dog. And then look forward. Shift forward, begin to lower the abdomen and the body down all the way onto the mat. All the way down. Go ahead and stack the hands, making a little pillow. Hands in a little pillow. Let's rest the left cheek, eyes to the right. Breathe here. Start to bend your right knee. Heel comes in toward the seat. Stay with that, or option to reach the right hand back and take hold of the foot, ankle, toes, could be toes, or catch the pants if that's you today. Breathe here. First, press the hips down into the earth, so hip points into the earth. As we bend the knee, draw the heel toward the seat, welcoming that openness through the quadricep. Option to stay with this, or flex the right foot, lift the knee and the thigh off of the earth, any amount. So thinking of that low body, half bow. See with this or other option to press into the left hand, look down beneath the face. Slight lift of the chest. Breath is complete. I realize our friends at home can't see what I'm doing. You can see I have a head, just that. Take another breath. Slowly release the leg down and turn the face the other way, looking left, right cheek resting. What's that? I think maybe. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. So relaxing the head here, take a few breaths. And then same option, same work this side. You can begin to bend the knee, bring that left heel in toward the seat. Stay with this or reach left hand back, same hand for the foot. Drawing in, you create a little flexion. What would it feel like if we're relaxed in the foot or if we're flexed? You might notice that. Pressing the hip points down into the earth. Stay with this or option to lift the knee and the thigh, creating a connection, foot and hand, bound together as we lift. Other option, lift the chest, looking center. One more breath. And then a slow release. Let it go. I usually like to make a little diamond with my hands at the forehead there, but every step is a little different. So head resting. Begin to bend your knees. Feet come up to the sky. Gently wave the shins and ankles side to side. Waving the shins and ankles side to side. Slowly come to stillness, release. So choices, if it's important to you to turn around, that's okay. Otherwise, as we release the legs down, you might simply spin over and face the sky. Spin over and face the sky as you arrive on your back, knees bent up to the sky. Take a few breaths right here. And then we'll hug the knees in toward the heart. Apanasana, or I like to think of it like reverse child's pose. Head on the earth. Knees can be together or wide. Breath here. And then slowly we ground the feet to the earth. Arms out. Could be like a T, or if you're on the grass, maybe 45 degrees. Fingers to the edge of the mat is more you. We'll slowly release the knees over to the right. Right now they are not together. They're hip distance, asymmetrical to the hips. Take a breath here. And then we can wave the knees back up. Use the side waist, the center body. Knees wave over to the left. Breathe. And then slowly we'll come knees up to the sky. And over to the right once more. This time you could lift the hips, bring them a little left. And tuck that right hip beneath the left. Coming to twist your depth. Option to extend the top leg, reach it out to the right side. Breathing here, eyes turn to the left, heart turns a bit to the left. Relax both shoulders into the earth. Breathe fully, 2 full breaths more. And then slowly come through center. Reset the tailbone, the hips in line with the upper spine, and then we press into the feet, lift the hips a little bit to the right, stacking the hips so we tuck the left beneath the right, eyes turn to the right. Legs can stay here or stretch the right leg out to the left. Breath is full. You can imagine that foot coming toward the left hand. And if you like a double bind, you can take that right hand to the left foot, left heel coming toward the seat. So didn't you know that was an option? Next time. Head is heavy. Take those 2 full breaths, 360-degree breaths, filling all parts of the lungs. And then we slowly make our way back. Once more, hug the legs in. This time I invite you to go a little wider. So feet and knees about in line with the shoulder joints, more like frog on its back, but active. Hands to the shins, drawing in. A little rocking side to side here. Yeah, a little rocking side to side. And then bring the knees together and make a few circles, knees circling over the sacrum. Hands can come down to the earth, palms down once again. And then come slowly to stillness. Release the feet down. Option moving into Shavasana, or take 3 breaths in a gentle bridge. Palms spun up to the sky. Root the corners of your shoulders down. And then you might lift the hips, lift the heart, knees away from the shoulders. Again, option to forego this completely and move into Shavasana. But if it's in service of your body, your practice, bridge is an option. And then slowly lift your heels and wave the back down onto the earth. Take a few breaths here. And And again, we can extend the legs. If you prefer to spend your time in Shavasana today in reclining bound angle, Baddha Konasana, that cobbler, that's an option too. You could spend the first few breaths there. Though I don't want you to move too much. What feels comfortable, still, and subtle in the body now? So see if you might spin your palms to the sky once again. Open gesture, relaxed shoulders, head is heavy. Breathing in, breathing out. Head is heavy, muscles of the neck relaxed, releasing. Whole body connecting to the pull of the earth now. Take in the sounds around, the gentle breeze. Corners of the eyes and the temples soften now. Witness the breath in the body as everything begins to slow and settle. Welcome the breath to deepen and slow. Welcome your breath to deepen and slow. Now draw a full inhale, lift the navel to the sky. Let the breath go like a sigh. Inhaling through the nose, fill up. And exhale, let the breath go out like a sigh. Then let your breath go free. Let your breath go free. Beginning to waken and move the body. Here, graze your thumb, the tip of your thumb across the tips of your four fingers. And then make tight fists. Stretch the hands, wide fingers, open palms. Repeat that, tight fists, open palms. Relax the hands. Then we curl the toes in as if to bring the pads of the toes towards soles of the feet. And then stretch the toes wide, pull them back toward you. Once more, toes curl in and then pull back. Take a few rolls for the ankles, for the wrists. And then inhaling, reach the hands to the earth over the shoulders, lengthening the whole body, recumbent stretch. And when you arrive there, take one deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach a little longer through your right side, reaching that right hand and right foot away from center. Relax that. Left side, reach long through that left side. And then relax that. Bring the arms back down and slowly make your way to side lying position. If you've got things to do, roll onto your left side and activate some solar energy. If you'd like to keep the zen of your practice, roll to your right, onto your right. When you find in the next handful of breaths, one a little more helpful than that came before, press your away and lift up. Comfortable, tall seat. So when you find that helpful inhale, ride it up to seated position. Palms spun up to the sky, crown lifting, shoulders relaxing. acknowledgement of your heart. This is actually a very wonderful practice to go through with you all. Take this moment to bow to your own heart for your effort and for working in an environment where there was a lot of external noise, influence. We moved through it in wholeness. So bow to your own heart in acknowledgement. And then I bow to you in thanks for your energy, your practice, and your time. May it serve you and all those you meet. Namaste. Namaste, namaskar. Thank you, Kathy.